Welcome to the Garden Suds. In this video, we are making a hemp bar. So we're gonna go ahead and start this off, the usual way. Get your lye ready, get temped, same thing with the oil. And when you add the lye to the oil, use your stick blender as much as possible to kind of break the fall of the lye. It prevents a lot of bubbles from forming. And then we're gonna want to blend it up for probably about 5 to 6 minutes. We're looking for a light trace. You can tell if you have a light trace when you stick the stick blender in, stir it around a little bit, and then do a little zigzags. If you can see the zigzags in it, then it's a light trace. After you get the light trace, we're going to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons at first of hemp powder. Don't want to do too much with it. At this point, it's more on the lines of what you prefer. I was trying to go for not a light green, nor am I looking for a dark green. The lye is also very sensitive. I've made this bar multiple times. I cannot tell you on how many times. My wife is obsessed with hemp smoothies, hemp powder, hemp seeds. She does it all. And of course, we have a lot of hemp oil around here. So after you mix it around, we're gonna go ahead and add another 2 teaspoons. Again, I'm trying to get to a particular color, and obviously the hemp has a pleasant smell to it. So we're gonna go ahead and keep mixing it up, making sure that there's no clumps in the soap. We don't want any clumps. And we're gonna go ahead and add a whole entire cup of hemp seeds. I would mix it in with the stick blender. The only thing is the stick blender, everyone knows it has a blade and it will cut the hemp seeds. We don't want that. So I'm grabbing a whisk, just going through, making sure everything is mixed in it just right, the way we want it. And like I said, this recipe is from, my wife gave me this recipe. She fanatic smoothie hemp everything. Now at this point, we're gonna go ahead and lay down whatever mold you have. I'm using a loaf mold. I like these. I bought this and another one and a soap cutting stuff from Amazon for like 40 bucks. The link will be in the descriptions, as well as the recipe. And you see this recipe almost filled it almost to the top. We're gonna grab it, we're gonna grab the mold, kind of pound it down, make sure that all the air bubbles get out of it, as well as level it off. And then we're going to add some hemp seed to the top, give it a nice little exfoliating on top, as well as the seeds in the actual soap. After you do that, just make sure you spray it with rubbing alcohol. And again, rubbing alcohol or witch hazel, whichever you prefer, will help your soap from getting the soda ash, which no one wants. It makes the soap not appeasing and just plain just ugly. And then you're gonna want to set it up for probably about, I'm gonna say where I am, it sat for 3 days. I live in a dry, warm climate. If you're in a wet, rainy climate, I'm going to say let it sit in the mold roughly about 5 to 8 days. And of course, you can see it's the same thing. I'm struggling getting this thing out. If you guys know how to do it easier than me, please get down in the comments. Let me know. I need some technique on this one. Pull the actual mold off, and you can see how clean the soap actually is, how nice, how it stayed one particular color, as well as you can see the seeds in it. And like I said, this mold, the two, I got the box from Amazon that came with 2 molds, 2 blades, and this soap cutter. Best buy ever, and I mean ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut one end off, and then cut through the first bar, and then show you guys on how beautiful this soap actually is. You know, everyone likes the hemp smell, the benefits of the hemp. And it's not just the hemp powder, it's also the hemp seed. The hemp seed gives off a exfoliating effect, which a lot of people like. It's not too bad. It's not heavy. It's not hard, and it's not soft. It's one of those exfoliating effects, like right in the middle, that a lot of people enjoy. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of this soap. What I'm doing here is I am beveling the edges of the soap. I'm roughly just trying to round off the edges. What you need to do, like you see, is just grab a potato peeler and just go gently down the sides and the top and the bottom. Just round off the edges as much as possible. And I mean, you can tell the difference. I'm going to show you the difference between the soaps as soon as I finish this one, and it's a big difference. You can tell the difference. And I mean, the bevel edges looks, it gives off a really clean, professional look to the bar of soap. Now let's go ahead and test this soap out, see how much work we need to get into it to get a nice lather. And of course, when I was doing this, our little hand model was sound asleep in bed. And I kept scrubbing. Didn't get too much at first, and then I kept scrubbing, and it gave off a lather, just not that much. But real quick, guys, do me a favor, jump down in those comments, hit the like button, and most importantly, subscribe to the Garden of Suds. Until next time.